Some homes just feel peaceful the moment you walk in. The bed is neatly made, the floors are clear, and everything seems to belong exactly where it is. There is no chaos, no clutter, just calm. And that kind of space does not happen by accident. For many women, especially in this season of life, the home becomes more than just a place to live. It becomes a reflection of how we feel and how we want to feel. But keeping it in order can feel overwhelming, especially when energy is limited or when we are dealing with more than just dust and dishes. That is why today, we are focusing on something simple and powerful. A set of small, thoughtful habits that make daily care easier and more peaceful. These are the same methods used in five-star hotels, but adapted for real homes, real routines, and real women like you. You do not need expensive tools or hours of time. All it takes is a shift in rhythm, in routine, in how we care for our spaces with more kindness and less pressure. So if you are ready to feel more at ease in your own home, to clear away the noise and bring in a bit of quiet beauty, then let us begin. Tip 1. The 5-minute morning reset. There is a quiet kind of magic that happens in the first few minutes after you wake up. Before the world fully stirs, before the phone rings, before breakfast is even on the table, there is a moment where you get to decide how your day begins. And one of the simplest, kindest ways to begin is with what I like to call the 5-minute morning reset. This small routine does not require energy you do not have. It does not require tools, sprays, or anything fancy. It only requires presence, intention, and about as much time as it takes to make a cup of tea. Begin by making your bed. Do not worry if it is not perfect. Just smooth the sheets, straighten the blanket, and plump the pillows. Even a slightly made bed can completely transform the way your room feels. Next, take a glance around. Are there clothes draped over a chair? A cup on the nightstand? A book on the floor? Pick up one or two things and return them to their home. Then, take a soft, slightly damp cloth and wipe down your most visible surface, perhaps your dresser or bedside table. You might be surprised how peaceful everything feels afterward. This is not deep cleaning. It is simply about clearing the way for the day ahead, both in your space and in your mind. When you step back and see a tidy room, your room, you will feel more grounded, more focused, and more ready for whatever the day brings. And the best part? It only takes 5 minutes. That is 5 minutes just for you. 5 minutes of gentle rhythm and loving care. Over time, this little act of tidying will become a habit that feels less like a chore and more like a daily gift to yourself. Tip 2. The 3 gentle passes. Sometimes cleaning feels like a battle, scattered, tiring, and never quite finished. You walk into a room with good intentions, but you start doing everything at once, straightening the pillows, dusting the dresser, vacuuming a corner, then remembering there are clothes to put away. In the end, nothing feels truly done, and you feel drained. That is why I love the 3 gentle passes. It is a method inspired by professional housekeepers, but softened to fit a real home and a gentler pace. The idea is simple. Every space gets 3 quiet rounds of attention. Each pass serves a purpose. No rushing, no jumping around, just one thing at a time. In the first pass, you simply organize. Walk through the room slowly and put things where they belong. Dirty clothes go in the hamper, books back on the shelf, the teacup in the sink. You are not cleaning yet. You're clearing the space for what comes next. The second pass is the surface cleaning. Now that the space is open and free from clutter, you take your cloths and gentle products and begin wiping down surfaces. Work from left to right, top to bottom. Touch each piece of furniture with care. Your nightstand, the dresser, windowsills, the edge of your mirror. Move slowly. Let your mind rest as your hands move. The third pass is the final touch. Now you sweep or vacuum the floor, tidy up the bed pillows, and look around with fresh eyes. Is there something out of place? Fix it. Is the room quiet and balanced? Enjoy it. This method brings calm, not just to your room, but to your spirit. You are not rushing to clean everything. You are flowing through a rhythm that allows you to finish each part fully. In the end, your room feels complete. You feel more at peace, and you've done it with intention, not exhaustion. Tip 3. From top to bottom, dirty to clean. It is a common story. You spend time cleaning your nightstand, making it look perfect, and then you wipe down the mirror above it, only to watch dust fall right back onto the surface you just polished. It is frustrating, and it feels like you are doing everything twice. That is where this next habit makes all the difference. Professional housekeepers always clean from top to bottom and from dirtiest to cleanest. It is such a small shift in thinking, but it changes the way you clean completely. And once you get into the habit, it becomes second nature. Start with the highest surfaces. Even if the top of a bookshelf or wardrobe does not look dusty, it still holds fine particles that will fall when disturbed. By starting there, you let gravity work with you, not against you. Next, move to eye-level surfaces, mirrors, windows, tabletops, dressers. These are the areas we see the most, so taking your time here makes a visible difference. Then, finish with the floor. Always save it for last, so anything that has fallen during your cleaning can be swept or vacuumed in one final pass. You will never have to redo your work, and the whole process will feel more efficient. And here is the second half of this method. Start with what is the dirtiest. Do not begin with a nearly clean surface, and then move to the sticky or dusty ones that will require more effort. Save your gentle final polishing for last. This simple order, from high to low, dirty to clean, saves time, energy, and frustration. It brings a rhythm to your routine and a shine to your surfaces. And in the end, your home feels not only cleaner, but more cared for. Tip 4. The damp and dry cloth trick. There is something deeply satisfying about a clean, polished surface. The light catches it just right, and suddenly, the whole room feels a little brighter. But have you ever wiped down a table only to find it streaky or still looking dull? The reason may not be your effort, it is the cloth. This tip is a simple one, but it makes a world of difference. Always use 2 cloths, one slightly damp for cleaning and one dry for finishing. That is it. Take a soft cloth and moisten it just enough that it feels cool and damp to the touch, but not dripping wet. Too much water leaves streaks, especially on glass, mirrors, or wood. The damp cloth loosens dust and gently lifts dirt without soaking the surface. Once that is done, immediately follow with a dry cloth. This second pass removes any moisture left behind and gives the surface a clean, polished glow. On glass, use small circular motions to avoid streaks. On wood, follow the grain gently and let the cloth bring out the natural shine. It may sound simple, but this technique is a favorite among housekeepers for a reason. It avoids over-scrubbing, reduces the need for harsh chemicals, and leaves everything looking crisp and fresh. Your tables, mirrors, and counters will thank you. And one more gentle reminder: change your water as soon as it looks cloudy. Dirty water only moves dirt around. It does not clean. Fresh water, fresh cloths, and a light touch. That is all you need to make your space sparkle with ease. Tip 5. Fold like books, not piles. There is a quiet joy in opening a drawer and seeing every item neatly in place. No digging, no searching, just calm order. And one of the most practical changes you can make is learning how to fold your clothes vertically instead of stacking them in piles. Most of us were taught to fold clothes flat and stack them one on top of another. The trouble is, this method hides what you have. You end up wearing the same few items on top, and every time you reach for something below, the whole pile falls apart. It is frustrating and messy. Now imagine a drawer where every shirt, every pair of pants, every scarf stands upright like a book on a shelf. You can see each piece at a glance. You can reach in and take what you want without disturbing the rest. That is the beauty of vertical folding. Here is how to do it. For a t-shirt, fold in the sleeves so it forms a rectangle. Then fold it in half lengthwise, and once more to make a small compact shape that stands upright. For pants, fold them in half at the waist. Line up the legs, then fold twice to form a sturdy rectangle. You will know you did it right if the item can sit on its own. This method not only saves space, it saves time. You will stop refolding the same clothes over and over again. Your drawers will stay tidy, and getting dressed in the morning will feel more peaceful. If you want to go a step further, use small boxes or drawer dividers to keep categories separated. Socks here, scarves there. Everything has its place, and your daily routine becomes just a little easier, a little more beautiful. Tip 6. Bed making with grace. There is something deeply comforting about a well-made bed. It is not just about how it looks. It is about how it makes you feel. After a long day, or even just a quiet moment alone, a neatly arranged bed invites you to rest, to breathe, to let go. But many people rush through this task or skip it altogether, thinking it takes too much time or effort. The truth is, when done with rhythm and care, making your bed can become a lovely part of your morning ritual. Start with the fitted sheet, pulling each corner tight and smoothing out wrinkles as you go. Take your time here. This base layer makes all the difference. Then lay down your top sheet, making sure it is centered with equal overhang on each side. Tuck in the sides gently, or leave them flowing if that is your preference. Now, place your blanket or bedspread on top. Again, center it carefully. And here comes the quiet beauty. Fold back the top sheet and blanket together, just enough to show the layers. This tiny detail adds such an elegant touch. Next, the pillows. Fluff them, shape them. Place your sleeping pillows at the back and any decorative ones in front. Keep it simple, keep it soft. And here is a trick professionals use. Walk around the bed. Straighten and adjust from all sides, not just one. This ensures symmetry and balance, and gives the bed that polished hotel feel. Making your bed every day is more than a chore. It is a gesture of care. It says, "This space matters. I matter." And each time you return to your room, that message gently greets you, folded and waiting. Tip 7. The golden rule. Leave every room better than you found it. This tip is less about cleaning and more about mindset. It is what I call the golden rule of peaceful homes. And it is so simple, so gentle, and so powerful. Every time you leave a room, do one small thing to leave it better than it was when you entered. Just one thing. That is all. Maybe it is folding the throw blanket on the couch. Maybe it is putting a book back on the shelf. Maybe it is wiping a small spot on the bathroom mirror or straightening a picture frame. None of these take more than a few seconds, but they add up in the most beautiful way. You see, the mess in our homes rarely comes all at once. It comes in layers, in forgotten cups, in shoes left by the door, in little piles of "I'll do it later." But if you gently remove one of those layers each time you move through your space, the mess never builds. You stay ahead of it, without stress or rush. This habit becomes second nature. You no longer think, "Oh, I need to clean today." Instead, you live in a state of quiet maintenance, and your home begins to reflect your care, not just once a week, but all the time. Even better, this mindset spreads. Others in your household may start to do the same. You will notice your space staying neater with less effort from everyone. The golden rule is not about doing everything. It is about doing something, always with intention. And that small act of love, done over and over again, becomes the foundation of a peaceful, welcoming home. Tip 8. Prioritize what shows first. When time is limited, it is easy to feel overwhelmed by everything that needs to be done. You look around and see a dozen little messes, shoes out of place, dusty corners, papers on the table, and you wonder where to even begin. That is where the art of prioritizing comes in. And the secret is this: focus first on what people see first. This is what professional housekeepers call visual priority. Think of it this way. When someone walks into a room, where do their eyes go? Usually, it is the floor, the bed or seating area, and any large flat surface like a coffee table or dresser. If those spaces are clean and clear, the whole room feels better, even if the drawers are messy or the corners need attention. So, if you only have 10 minutes, make the bed. Straighten the pillows on the sofa. Clear off the table. Wipe one surface. Do the things that have the biggest visual impact. Once those are done, if you have more time, you can move on to less noticeable areas, like organizing a drawer or dusting the baseboards. But if you do not get to them, the room will still feel presentable, and you will feel accomplished. This method helps you use your time wisely, but more importantly, it reduces that heavy feeling of, I have to do it all. Because you do not. You just need to do the things that matter most in the moment. Over time, this becomes a habit. You begin to walk into a room and immediately know what needs a quick fix. And with a few focused minutes, you create a space that feels refreshed, cared for, and full of calm. Tip 9. Daily grace. Small routines that prevent big messes. We often think cleaning has to happen all at once. A big day of chores, buckets and brushes, and hours of work. But the truth is, the most peaceful homes are not maintained by deep cleaning. They are kept lovely with quiet, daily routines. Think of it like tending a garden. A few minutes of gentle care each day is far easier and far more effective than letting things grow wild and trying to fix it all at once. That is the idea behind daily maintenance, or what I like to call daily grace. In the morning, as part of your wake-up routine, make the bed. Put away the clothes you wore yesterday. Wipe down the bathroom sink after you brush your teeth. Each task takes less than 2 minutes, but it starts your day with intention. In the evening, before you settle in to rest, take another 5 minutes. Pick up anything that wandered out of place during the day. Wipe the kitchen counter. Put your slippers back by the bed. Light a small candle or turn down the covers. Create a moment of peace. These moments are not chores. They are gifts to yourself. You are saying, I respect this space. I value my comfort. And when done consistently, these little habits save you from having to spend long hours fixing bigger messes. They reduce stress, prevent buildup, and help you feel more connected to your home. Over time, these tiny routines become as natural as brushing your hair or putting on your glasses. They blend into your day, making everything feel just a bit more graceful, a bit more grounded, and a lot more manageable. Tip 10. Let the light in. How lighting changes everything. It is amazing how something as simple as light can change the way a room feels. Even a clean room can look dull or sad in poor lighting. But when the light is warm and well placed, even a simple space feels alive, welcoming, and fresh. Start with natural light. During the day, open your curtains. Pull back the blinds. Let the sunshine in. If your windows are dusty, take a few minutes to clean them. inside and out. Clear glass brings in clearer light, and it lifts the whole room. In the evening, soft lighting works best. Instead of one big overhead light, try using 2 or 3 smaller lights, like table lamps or standing lamps. Choose bulbs with warm, gentle tones. Avoid the harsh, cold, white lights that feel more like a hospital than a home. You can also use lighting to highlight the spaces you care about. A lamp on your nightstand makes your reading corner feel cozy. A little light near your favorite chair creates an invitation to rest. And when your home is well lit, you are more likely to notice the small things that need tidying without being harsh about it. Light does not just reveal. It encourages. Most importantly, lighting affects your mood. It helps you feel awake in the morning and calm in the evening. It guides your rhythm, gently and naturally. So, let light be part of your routine, not just for how your home looks, but for how it feels. Tip 11. Beautiful order. Use decor to organize with grace. Organization does not mean everything has to be hidden away in drawers and boxes. In fact, the most peaceful homes are not just tidy, they are lovely to look at. The secret? Using beauty as part of your order. This is where decorative organizing comes in. Instead of having your nightstand cluttered with glasses, books, and chargers, use a pretty tray to hold them. Suddenly, it looks intentional. Instead of leaving your jewelry scattered, place a small dish or box nearby. Now it is part of the room's charm. Choose pieces that bring you joy and match your style. Wooden baskets, ceramic bowls, fabric-lined trays. Neutral colors like white, beige, or soft blue work well in almost any space. And try to group items in odd numbers. 3 or 5 objects together feel balanced and natural to the eye. Another trick is to vary the height of your objects. A tall lamp, a medium vase, and a small photo frame placed together create a visual triangle that is pleasing and easy to maintain. Decorative organizing does not just look nice, it makes cleaning easier. When you go to wipe a surface, you can lift the tray with all your items in one hand, clean the space, and set it back down. No scattered clutter, no frustration. Let your organizing tools reflect who you are. Let them be soft, warm, and useful. This is your home after all, and it should feel as lovely as it is lived in. Tip 12. Sustainable simplicity. One gentle habit at a time. At this point, you might be thinking, these ideas sound lovely, but how do I actually keep up with them all? That feeling, somewhere between inspiration and overwhelm, is completely normal. And here's the truth that most cleaning videos never say. Trying to change everything at once never works for long. It wears us out, and eventually, we go right back to old patterns. But there is a better way, a gentler, kinder way. It begins with just one habit, just one. Sustainable simplicity means you do not force yourself into a brand new routine overnight. Instead, you introduce small, thoughtful changes into your life, one at a time, so they become natural. Like brushing your teeth, like putting on a sweater when it is cold. These habits slip into your day not as chores, but as rhythms. So, how do you start? Choose one habit from all the ones we have shared. It might be something small, like making your bed every morning, or wiping one surface with the damp and dry cloth method, or folding your clothes vertically. Choose the one that feels most doable, most meaningful to you right now. Then do it, just that one habit, for 1 week. Not perfectly, not obsessively, just gently and consistently. If you forget one day, that is okay. Start again the next. No guilt, no pressure. At the end of the week, reflect. How did it feel? Did it make your space more peaceful? Did it give you a small sense of order, of calm? If the answer is yes, then it is time to add one more habit. Maybe something from the 3 gentle passes, or the golden rule of leaving each room better than you found it. Over time, these habits stack gently, like folded linens on a shelf. Each one supports the next. You build a system, not one built on willpower or pressure, but one built on love and repetition. What happens after a few weeks, or even a few months? You look around your home, and you realize it feels easier to care for. It feels more yours. It greets you with calm instead of chaos. And you realize you did not have to make huge changes. You just had to make small, thoughtful ones and give them time to take root. And perhaps most importantly, you realize that what you are doing is not just cleaning. It is caring. It is claiming peace. It is building a home that supports your rest, your joy, and your sense of self. That is sustainable simplicity. One habit, one room, one moment at a time. You have now heard 12 gentle habits, each one a quiet invitation to bring more ease, more grace, and more calm into your everyday life. These are not just cleaning tips. They are small acts of care, acts of love, acts of reclaiming your space as a place that supports you, not stresses you. You do not need to follow them all at once. You do not need to do them perfectly. The beauty of this journey is that it meets you exactly where you are. Maybe that means starting with 5 peaceful minutes each morning. Maybe it means folding your clothes in a way that makes your drawers smile back at you. Or maybe it means walking into a room and doing just one kind thing before you walk out. Whatever you choose, let it come from a place of compassion, not pressure. You're not behind. You're not late. You're right on time. And remember, this is not just about making your home look nice for others. This is about how you feel when you walk into your own space. Do you breathe easier? Do you feel proud? Do you feel safe, supported, and at peace? That is the goal. Not perfection, but peace. If something you heard today resonated with you, I would love to hear about it. Share in the comments. Which habit you are most excited to try, or which one brought a memory to mind? When we share our stories, we remind each other that we are not alone on this journey. And if you found comfort or inspiration here, I hope you will subscribe. This space was made with you in mind, a gentle, quiet corner of the internet where we learn, grow, and care for what matters most together. Until next time, may your home feel like a soft landing at the end of every day. And may you always remember, you deserve peace, not just around you, but within you.